Hello, hello, YouTube. You're tuned in to the Katie Talk 101 show. Please make sure you go ahead and hit that like button when you come in and tap that subscribe button if you have not. And big shout out to all my supporters and subscribers. Make sure you tap that notification bell as well so you won't miss another live. All right, so I'm coming through the building today talking about three different topics. Okay, so yeah, my first topic, I'm gonna get off into a young lady that goes by the name of Niykee. I believe that's Niykee Heaton. So Niykee, she's coming out speaking on some experiences that she had with Diddy and Kanye West. So it was actually an essay situation. So we're gonna get off into that first, and then we're gonna talk about DJ Gutta. He is the DJ. Well, he was the DJ of the rapper Webbie. Bootsy and Webbie, they used to be like a duo together. And Webbie is from out of Louisiana, so I guess he's still touring around and doing different shows. And that was actually his DJ. And the other story, very unfortunate story, is an 8-year old boy who was trying to defend his mom from his dad, and he ended up getting unalived by his own father. Okay, so first I'm gonna get off into Niykee and let's hear what she has to say when she speaks on the Diddy situation. I'm gonna let it play through and then I'm gonna kind of play it again and give my commentary. But let's hear what she has to say.
What do I have to gain? Let me just ask you, what do I have to gain? I'm in a fucking farm in the middle of nowhere. I'm not in the industry anymore. I'm not filing a lawsuit, so I'm not getting paid. I'm not looking for clout because who gives a fuck about me? So why would I lie about this? This has been 9.5 years since this happened to me. Why would I? Let me go on. Whatever. Yeah, so I see her start to leave. And I'm like, where are you going? And she's like, it's fine, I'm just going to the bathroom. And I was like, no, stay. And she said, it's right there. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. And I was like, okay. And she walks out. And all of a sudden, I realize that I'm in this studio. The music's low, the lights are dim, but you can still like see everything. And I realize that I'm in the studio with Diddy and Kanye, and they're both off their shit. And there's 3 other men, an executive that works with Kanye, his engineer, and his cousin, and me, alone. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay. And I haven't started freaking out yet. Like, I know what the situation is. I know, I know this is a bad place to be in, but I don't really feel scared yet, because I'm like, there's other people around, there's other men around, and I know them. Like, I've known them for a while. Like, nothing bad's gonna happen. And I'm standing there, and I realize that so this is like a pretty like sizable studio. There's like the glass doors, the couch there, a console, another console, the screen, all of that. But it's like it's pretty big, but you can still see and talk to everyone easily. And I realized that I'm standing really close to the exit, and it's a glass door and it opens in, and I'm standing pretty close to it. And I realized all of a sudden that Kanye and Diddy have realized that I'm the only girl in the room. And they're like fucked out of their minds. And they start coming towards me and they're like, don't you want to take your clothes off? Like, it's so hot in here. And I'm like, no, fine. I'm fine like this. And they're like, come on, like, it's just us. Like, we're all just friends. Like, let us just like see like how you look. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. And like, I still haven't gotten scared yet, like, I'm still like, this is a bad situation. I'm creeped out, but like, there's no reason to panic. There's other men here coming towards me. And I'm like, okay, this is fucked. I don't know where my manager is. I don't know where anyone is. And they're coming towards me more, and they're trying to like take my clothes off. And I'm like at that point where I'm like, this is not good, but I'm like still trying to like play it off. Just like, stop, you guys are fucking stupid. Like, get out of here. Like, don't touch me. Like a little bit scared. Did this just freeze? it's back. Okay, so let me just get to the point. So they start trying, like, they're like pawing at me. Like, they're both drunk, probably on something else. And I start to get a little bit apprehensive because I'm pretty much like backed up against the wall. Like, there's only one exit and I'm pressed up against this door. And I'm still not completely terrified yet, but I'm like, you guys stop, like, stop. And they're getting to the point where they have like ripped my shirt off. And like, I'm like almost fully exposed at this point. And they're both coming at me. And I'm like, you guys, like, seriously, this isn't funny anymore. And I look to my left where his executive is. Like, we know him pretty well. Like, we've been around him a lot. He's literally 3 feet away from me. Like, if I reached and he reached too, like, we could touch. Like, he's that close. And I look and I'm like, hey, like, I give that look where I'm just like, come on, like, step in. Like, this isn't cool. Like, you're a grown man. Like, you're like 50 years old. I know you have a family. Like, you know, this isn't right. Like, do something. And this is the part that for as long as I live, I will never fucking forget. It isn't actually the aspect of being sexually assaulted. That's not what haunts me. It's this. It's as these 2 grown men were pawing at me, trying to take my clothes off, I look over to this man asking for help, and I literally mouth the word help. And we lock eyes. And he looks away. I'm like, okay, there's still 2 more men in the room. And I look to his engineer next, who's sitting right next to him. And I know that he's married and he just had a little baby girl. And I'm like, okay, he's going to do something. And I look at him next and I'm like, okay, like, do something, say something, do anything. And he looks down at his phone and starts texting. And then I was like, oh, fuck. I look at Kanye's cousin next. And I'm like, do something, you know, like, fucking do something. And he spins his chair around. And that's when that, like, gut-wrenching fear set in. And I was like, oh, shit. No one's fucking saving me tonight. No one's going to do anything. No one's going to do fucking anything. And that's when I was truly fucking scared. At this point, they had ripped my shirt off and they were trying to get my pants off. And I realized that I was completely alone. And I closed my eyes for a second. And I was like, God help me. What do I do? And as my eyes were closed, this is going to sound weird because I bet a lot of you are wondering, like, how the fuck did you get out of this situation? My eyes were closed and I prayed and I said, God help me, what do I do? And it was like clear as day. I heard this in my head and it didn't make any sense. I heard, go towards them. And I was like, oh, fucking great. The one time I asked God for help, Satan answers, because why the fuck would I go towards these 2 predators who are sexually assaulting me? Like, why would I do that? And then all of a sudden it clicked. My back was up against the glass wall. I could not go any further back. That was the only exit. He said, go towards them. They were already drunk off their shit. They were fucked up. So I lunged forward. I stepped forward. And it, like, threw them off balance. Like, they were like, oh, you know, and, like, they stepped back at least 1.5 feet. And the moment that they did, I reached behind my back, I pulled the door and I slipped out, grabbing my clothes. And I ran across the hall, across this corridor, and I hid inside of an empty studio that was black. And I sat there for like 20, 25 minutes, just like crying, like, what the fuck do I do? And I'm texting my manager and she's not answering. And eventually, I don't think I'm supposed to say this next part because it could hurt her case, but basically everything she fucking said is true, basically. Because what I saw next, I fucking saw it. I was the only one who wasn't drugged. I was the only one who didn't drink their drinks, whatever it is. I was the only one. So I saw what happened next and who was involved. And that's why I'm a part of this lawsuit and like named in it. And yeah, it just that, I mean, I got us both out and I got us in an Uber, and she obviously didn't remember anything because she was drugged and I wasn't. And apart from the aspect of, you know, looking for help and they turned away, the only other thing that really, really fucks with me is, what about all those other girls that were there? Those 9 other girls who were drinking the drinks before we even got there. Like, I know none of them got out. I know none of them got saved that night. And I'm like, did they even fucking remember? Did they even know what happened to them? Moral of the fucking story, stay out of the industry.
Oh, this is quite the story. And I'm gonna just jump in and just say this, okay? So what she described, it was another girl in the studio. So she was not the only girl in there. So she said it was the engineer, it was Kanye cousin, it was Kanye, Diddy, and there was another guy in there. So all together there were 5 men in there, okay? Okay. Now just think like what we always hear. The men are supposed to be the protectors. Now, with you having 2 of the men sounding like they were under the influence of, you know, possible drugs and alcohol. So you have 2 men that are acting, you know, they're acting really, really disrespectful with her. You know, telling her she should take off her clothes. Hey, we want to see what you look like without your clothes on, and all this and that. With men supposedly having a protective spirit, I would have thought at least one of those men would have at least spoke up and be like, man, y'all chill out, leave that girl alone. Y'all calm down, man. Y'all tripping. There wasn't even one. And then she specifically said she made eye contact with the man. She made eye contact with one man. He turned and looked away from her. She made eye contact with the second man. He looked down and started texting on his phone. She made eye contact with the third man who was in the room, who could have reached in and saved her and stepped in and stopped this crap. He spinned around in the chair. So they were gonna sit up here and watch her get sexually assaulted by them, and these guys were not gonna do anything about it. And like she said, I really didn't catch the whole thing because the camera stopped, but it just sounded like she said, to sum it all up, stay out of these industry spaces, especially if you're a woman. Really, if you're a man too, because this happened to a lot of men. But I mean, this isn't the end of this situation. And obviously, from one of the ladies who filed the lawsuit, actually named her name in the court records. So I think that's another reason that kind of pushed her to speak on the situation that she's going through. Man, this is insane. I hope she really gets I hope she get justice. I hope everybody that's going through this situation get justice. Anybody that's ever been wrong, if you reaching out for justice, I hope you get it. And like she said, very good advice. Stay out of these industry spaces. I mean, if you're out here, you know, if you ever get to brush upon one of the celebrities, y'all look at these people like they complete strangers. I don't care if they do have music out here that you like, or it's a big hit movie that you like that they were in. Look at these people like they are strangers. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of these celebrities are creeps. You looking at them like, oh, they cute. Look, they dressed nice. They got a little entourage. He got his jewelry on. He riding in a limo, or they riding in a big shuttle van, and everything's looking glamorous and nice and this and that and the third. These people, you still don't know them. And 9 times out of 10, they're creepy. I mean, I don't know if you guys heard, but and when it comes to I don't know if you guys heard about the situations with Trey Songz, but they say Trey Songz used to follow women in the bathroom and grab them by their private parts, and then when they push him off, he'd be like, "B, I don't want you anyway." Like, these celebrities are freaking weird. Y'all be careful. Because I know sometimes, we may go out, we may go to little concerts, or you may have a experience where you're in a space with some of these celebrities, and a lot of them just feel like they can do what they want to do, and it just looks like they don't care whether the person is consenting or not. Some of them get off on the point that you're not consenting. Some of them actually get off on that. Big shout out to my favorite moderator, Bougie Barbie, in the building. What's good? But most definitely, some of these guys are so sick. They actually get off on the fact that you don't want them touching you, and stuff like that makes them even more amped up to touch you. It's unfortunate what happened to her. I'm glad that she's brave enough to finally come out and speak out about the situation that happened with her. Okay, and this next story, this is really unfortunate right here. This story is unfortunate. First, I'm gonna share this right here, and so you guys can hear exactly what happened to this young man. Well, he was an 8-year-old boy, and this situation happened after his dad got out of I believe jail or prison. But let me make sure I'm sharing this. It is the people in general. Our culture has people out of control. Yeah, this culture is all jacked up, and you can really see it. I mean, I remember posting. Oh, and this is something else, because it's like I almost had foresight, because something was telling me to look up the lyrics when it came to Aaron Hall, the song "Don't Be Afraid." I remember reading those lyrics on live, and I spoke on the situation with Aaron Hall. And do you know the big amount of men who were coming under there taking up for him? Like, that's just the song. And I'm like, dude, did you hear the lyrics? What he just said? He's actually singing a whole song talking about raping a woman. And y'all talking about it's just a song. And then come to find out, everything has came to fruition. The song he was describing, it actually happened when Diddy and him had ended up raping the underage 15-year-old girl. And there's a whole lawsuit about that that's in the brew right now. Like, yeah, a whole situation where they raped a girl. Then he came out talking like that for real nasty. Yes, I remember that interview that Aaron Hall had with Vlad TV, when he was talking about how when he see a girl, he just go and grab her by the arm, and he took some girl up to the room and gave it to her. Man, this stuff crazy. Okay, so yeah, I'm sharing this one. So let's get off and then he came out talking. Yup. Aaron Hall is sick. Aaron Hall, he is sick. Real sick. Okay, so shout out to CBS News, Minnesota. So take a listen to what they had to say about this 8-year-old boy and his passing.
A family is left heartbroken this morning. This after losing their 8-year-old boy. His mom says that the bullet that hit him was meant for her. She says that her little boy died trying to protect her. Our David Schumann shares their story from Burnsville.
I'm so mad, Daddy.
I know.
The pain Cherish Edwards feels can't be put into words. Her son, Amir Hardin, died this weekend after she says his father accidentally shot him. Cherish says Amir's father was trying to shoot her.
He wanted to protect his mommy. It's just unimaginable. An 8-year-old trying to wrestle a gun out of a grown man's head. It's unbearable pain.
Cherish says she told Amir to run outside, but he wouldn't leave her. After the shooting, she says Amir's father turned the gun on himself with her 4 other children watching. He's in the hospital in critical condition.
We're finally free of him, but my child made the ultimate sacrifice. My children, all of them, I feel so bad for them because they are traumatized.
Burnsville police are investigating what happened, and a city spokesperson says if Amir's father lives, criminal charges will be considered.
It's a nightmare that you can't wake up from.
Cherish and her father are remembering Amir as a bright light, a goofball, and a gifted athlete.
Very happy little boy. He was courageous. He was a leader. He was my biggest cheerleader. Every day I go to work, say, "Have a good day, mommy. I love you."
Cherish says Amir's father had a history of violence leading up to this, and she has a word of warning to other women in abusive relationships.
You just gotta leave. Next time that be your life or your child's life, I think a lot of women think it'll never be them.
Now, Cherish says she's just trying to do her best for her remaining living children. She has an online fundraiser for moving expenses and other bills. In Burnsville, David Schumann, WCCO News.
New this morning, more money for police officer training will hopefully address.
Yeah, God bless. God let his soul rest in peace. You don't ever have to worry about the drama from his mother and dad. And it's sad that the drama from his mother and father cost him his life at the age of 8 years old. And like she just said, you have to leave. How many people out there believe like this was not the first violent incident? Of course, it was not. It was not the first incident where this guy got out of pocket. It's looking like they probably won together when this situation happened. But obviously he was inside of the house. So I don't know if he had a key or I don't know if she opened the door and let him in. I don't know what happened with that situation, but man, my heart go out to their family. I wish them the best with healing from their loss. But I mean, this is sadly, I'm gonna be honest and say this is a situation that probably could have been, prevented. Like I just seen them say she have a GoFundMe up. She has a GoFundMe up for moving expenses and for other bills and whatnot. But I just think after that man ended up going to jail and getting arrested, I would have been making preparations. I would have went to a hotel with me and my kids if I had to. I would have put all my stuff in storage and made preparations to move. As soon as they put them cuffs on him and locked him away, I would have moved then. Because I would have looked at it like, now he's gone. Man, I don't care if I got to move out of state. I'm going to get away from this guy because I know he showed tendencies of being dangerous. You cannot tell me in the midst of an argument, in the middle of when they were arguing, that man has never threatened her life. Because trust and believe me, when it comes to men like that, with that man pulling out that pistol and that little boy was trying to like wrestle, I guess, the pistol out of the dad's hand before he ended up pulling the trigger or whatever, that man has made death threats towards her. And I'm pretty sure he's done plenty of other things. I just wish when he got locked up, oh my God. I know what's done is done. We can't go back and change the past, but most definitely we can see other people's situations and just learn from it. Man, when he got locked up, I don't care if I would have had to break my lease. And one thing about it, what some people don't know when it comes to breaking a lease, it's actually legally things that happen when it comes to domestic violence and stuff. You can legally break your lease. That's what a lot of people don't know. You think you got to stick around in this place because you have a certain amount of a lease that you sign and you have obligations. But at the same time, if you dealing with violence, domestic violence, you get those police reports and them papers, and you take that to their leasing office and be like, hey, I gotta move, I gotta get out of here. My children are at risk and in danger, and so am I. I can't stay here. I would have had to leave. Man, RIP to that young man. His life was cut short, and just to be honest, you know what I'm saying? I know his mother is mourning, but I gotta be honest while I'm up here speaking on this topic. It could have been prevented. It could have been prevented. Man, may his soul rest in peace. I hate that, man. I really do hate that. And you know what? I think that's a really big reason why I stopped like doing kind of like stories like that. Because I remember when I first started doing YouTube, I was doing a lot of like news stories about stuff like that. But when I ran across this, I felt like I had to talk about it. Because it could be, you never know. It could be somebody that just randomly click on my video, don't even know me. A random person click on my video and hear this situation. And she could be going through a domestic violence relationship herself. And that could be words from me, words from this news broadcast that could really, really push her to get up out of that relationship. So from the little conversations we have, it's what, 2-3 people in the building. You never know who may come watch the replay, but you just never know who you may touch when you talking in videos and stuff like that. So anybody that's going through those situations, they have domestic violence shelters for women and children. They have a domestic violence hotline that you most definitely can call and really get yourself out of situations like that. I hate that. Domestic violence hotline. Okay, I'm gonna share this with you guys because I don't want to go on to the next topic without at least showing this. And if anybody going through a domestic violence situation, or you may know someone who is, y'all make sure they call this. Okay, and here's the number right here. It is 800-799-7233. I think that's probably the one probably for Vegas. Let me see. Okay, this is the national one. Okay, yeah, this is the national hotline too. So let me show y'all this one right here. Security alert. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that is the number. So it's 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-SAFE. If you or anyone that you know going through any domestic violence situations, they can most definitely call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. So yes, there is a number you can call, and there's a lot of resources out there to help if you're ever going through situations like that. So RIP to that young man, and most definitely healing to his family. All right, I'm going to jump off into the third topic. Oh, I'm swinging through this pretty quickly. Let's see, we're around 28 minutes, close to 30 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to get off into this. And, oh yeah, let me shout out the content creator who posted this, because I got this from Facebook right here. Okay, so shout out to Ambitious Grind TV. That's Ambitious Grind TV. So they ended up posting this a few days ago. And this is the situation I was telling you all about the rapper Webbie, his DJ, he went by the name of DJ Gutta. So DJ Gutta ended up unaliving his wife, and then he unalived himself. Yeah, he deleted himself. I want you guys to listen to this situation and listen to what led up to the situation.
Not even his own brother. Why y'all think everybody left from around him? I was only supposed to be his tour DJ, but I had to be a driver, a doctor, security, a PR, a babysitter, booking agent, a referee, a counselor, a road manager, and a list of other things. But yet this didn't appreciate none of it. I did all that shit with a smile on my face in front of thousands every night, but I was dying inside. All the times he had seizures on the planes, on stages, in the hotels, who y'all think was there? Me, because his family ain't want to deal with him, or nobody on our team wanted to deal with him but me. Our driver quit because he ain't want to pay him. Then every time we would try to make our money in other ways, he always found a way to stop that too. So it's like he don't want to pay but don't want us eating nowhere else. Then the want to get mad and in his feelings when Boosie need us to help him. This is a straight hater.
Start in Powder Springs, where police are investigating.
Today we have Webbie and his now deceased DJ Gutta in the office. Hours after DJ Gutta got online to rant about Webbie, killed his wife and then himself. Here's what DJ Gutta wrote. Dog, DJing for Webbie is a living hell. First, that nigga don't want to pay, then that nigga don't want to see nobody around him shine. Like nobody, not even his own brother. Why y'all think everybody left from around him? I was only supposed to be his tour DJ, but I had to be a driver, a doctor, security, a PR, a babysitter, booking agent, a referee, a counselor, a road manager, and a list of other things. But yet this didn't appreciate none of it. I did all that shit with a smile on my face in front of thousands every night, but I was dying inside. All the times he had seizures on the planes, on stages, in the hotels, who y'all think was there? Me, because his family ain't want to deal with him, or nobody on our team wanted to deal with him but me. Our driver quit because he ain't want to pay him. Then every time we would try to make our money in other ways, he always found a way to stop that too. So it's like he don't want to pay but don't want us eating nowhere else.
Okay, and then you know what? Listening to all of that, that makes me kind of think when it comes to Bootsy and Webbie friendship, you notice when they were like younger, I would say like back when they were like in their 20s and stuff, they were really close, you know. I think it was Bun B and Pimp C, they the ones who kind of brought Boosie and Webbie to the industry and stuff. And they were really close. They were both, you know, down from Louisiana, Baton Rouge. And they kind of came up, you know, they kind of came up together and stuff. But as you notice, just slowly they drifted from each other. Now I wonder the bad ways and the bad work practices that this young man was speaking about before he passed. I wonder, is that a big reason why Boosie, because Boosie shifted away from Webbie. Boosie really did shift away from Webbie, and I wonder, is that why? It sounds like he had some bad, he just got some, it just sounds like he has bad ways about himself. And it just kind of make you look at the relationships of everyone else who he ever dealt with. I want you guys to see this news clip right quick. I'm gonna make sure I'm sharing this. Okay, so this is coming from out of Fox 26 in Houston, Texas. And shout out to Fox 26. I'm just gonna play a little bit from this broadcast, and this is fair use. This is fair use. So you guys take a listen to what this gentleman has to say over on Fox 26 Houston. Take a listen to this.
Outside looking in, but you never know could be going through on the inside. DJ T Gutta, who is known as a DJ for rapper Webbie, is now dead. Police in Georgia say he shot and killed his wife, shot himself and shot and killed his wife before taking his own life. That was Sunday. The motives behind this tragedy remains under investigation, but it happened after DJ T Gutta vented online about his partnership with Webbie on social media. In an online post, he described working with the rapper as a living hell. My next guests also work in the entertainment industry. They join us now with their perspective about this. And joining us on The Factor Uncensored tonight, we have with us DJ Superstar, DJ Henny, and DJ Sneak. So when you guys see such a troubling and disturbing story like DJ T Gutta and what he had to say about Webbie, then taking his own life and killing his wife, it's just mind-blowing that someone would have that much, I would assume, pressure on them. But first of all, what are your thoughts about the situation and him spilling so much?
Okay, I don't want to play too much from their clip, but you've seen the gist of the situation of what happened. And I'm going to be honest, it sounds like this, and this is kind of what I'm interpreting from hearing everything so far. Okay, first of all, you all know this nation is going through one of the worst economic situations that it has been in, I would say, maybe 15 years. I haven't seen the economy in this shape since maybe 2008, since the housing market crashed. So money is very hard to come by. We're having a really tough time, even just making ends meet. I mean, just for the most of us, if you're not going through a hard time, God bless you. You are one of the blessed ones. But I can tell you, money is really tight. And then even just from like me being in the hair industry, I would say like this year, besides the times that we have sent coupons out in the mail, this year has been one of the slowest times in the barbershop that I have seen in years. And I've been doing hair almost 14 years now. It's even slow. You know, the economy is slowed down when people slow down with their hair care. So I said that to say this. Webbie, you got this man on the road with you being your DJ and you not paying him. Shame on you. And you have, I mean, I hope you at least like try to pay for his funeral or do something, because Webbie, you should be ashamed of yourself. You were sitting around here not paying that man, and that situation caused him to have a lot of friction in his household with his family. That man has a wife and he has kids that he have to support. You're not the only one out here that got to make money. And then he was saying, if you heard in the message that he wrote before he ended up deleting himself and deleting his wife, he said even when he stepped out to try to make other money in other ways, Webbie shut that down. So you out here hating on the money that he can possibly make, but he's doing all this extra work for you and you're not paying him. If you heard the young lady before, he said he had to be your booking agent, your security guard. He had to basically be like a on-site nurse for you because you were having seizures. He was your DJ, a babysitter, and a whole slew of other things. So we're out here in this tough, raggedy economy, and he all on the road with you, doing all this work for you, putting in all this work and this energy. He away from his family. That man was stressed out. And then it's no telling what kind of mental stuff he could have been going through. He could have been going through mental things. And then he over there dealing with you and you having seizures and going through all this stuff. And he on your side and he's still helping you. He's still, he making sure the concerts is right. He DJing and mixing for you, doing all this work and you not paying him. That man was completely stressed out. And he felt like there was nothing. One thing about it, when a person delete themselves, when a person take themselves away from earth, they actually feel like there's no other hope. You feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. And I really hate there was no one there to talk him out, to talk him away from that ledge. There was nobody there to possibly talk him away. And when it comes to him and his wife probably was going through issues, because at the end of the day, the most marriages have problems and end because of financial situations. Some people think it's because of infidelity. No, a big reason why a lot of marriages go through problems and they end is because of financial situations. And with our economy already going through stuff, and this man out here working on the road, going here and there, trying to help Webbie out, and Webbie not paying him, man, shame on you, Webbie. And that man blood is on your hands. I hope you come out and talk about this situation. I really do hope you come out and talk about this situation, because this don't make no sense. That man was around you, working for you, on the road with you, and his bills probably still weren't getting paid. That's why he was at home beefing with his wife. No, it's no excuse or anything. He could have been going through some mental issues as well. But that's the root of the whole problem. and that blood on your hands. I hope you come out and pay for their funeral. You need to come out and you got some reconciling to do, Webbie. I used to be a fan of yours back in the day. I cannot agree with this. This is so unfortunate. But most definitely RIP to him and his wife. My condolences to everybody, family. And I mean, at the end of the day, Webbie, you're gonna get what's coming to you, bro. You're gonna get what's coming to you. No deed goes unpunished. And that's whether it's a good deed or a bad deed. None of it goes unpunished. RIP to that the 8-year-old boy who lost his life. My condolences out to his family. I hope that piece of crap so-called father survives. And then you guys look at the situation when it comes to the 8-year-old boy who got took away from Earth. This wasn't a situation where the mom put the dad out and brought a stepdad in and the stepdad did it. No, this was his father. This was his father. His biological father took him away from Earth while he was trying to take his mom away from Earth. So, man, RIP to everybody. I just hope, if anyone is going through anything, just pray about it. Pray about it. It is light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, it gets hard for everybody. Finance is crazy. It may cause a little shakiness in your relationship. Man, you can work through it. Just keep on pushing. One thing about it, when you're going through hard times, that's just what it is. You're going through, but you're gonna get to better things. It's always light at the end of the tunnel. Just, keep hope alive. Keep hope alive and continue to talk positive. Even if you don't see positive things in front of your face, just continue to think and talk positive. Everything gonna come through. Everything gonna come through. Trust and believe me. Everything gonna come through. But I hope you all enjoy the rest of your work week. I'm off work tomorrow, so I'm coming with a video tomorrow. I'm looking into some other little things to talk about for tomorrow. Shout out to all my new subbies, and once I hit to 2K, I'm doing a good long live, and I'm gonna be talking about a bunch of stuff. So you guys most definitely hit that notification bell. Go ahead, tap that thumbs up. You come and watch the replay. Make sure you tap that thumbs up. Share it out to your Facebooks if you can. And thank you for tuning in. And I'm signing out. Katie Talk 101.